This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so yesterday we saw something about SDLC. Let me open this thing. Okay, yesterday we saw how the SDLC works. Okay, what is agile, all these things, what is user stories, Jira, documentation. I gave some basic ideas. Okay, I also talked about the Sales Cloud and all these things products. Basics of Salesforce. Now the question comes about Salesforce data layer. So I talked also about two things. We have Salesforce, very important actually. Okay, database layer, and then we have security layer. Okay, so we are going to actually see the database layer today. And in the Salesforce, like I mentioned, Salesforce is hosted on cloud. hmm, and it's an app with a database. I also mentioned, also talked about what is a database, right? So can anyone tell me again what is a database? Someone who is not specifically from computer background. I think Soumya is not here today. Ganesh.
Yes, sorry.
Soumya is
Uh,
joining in 2 minutes.
it is a place where data is stored in organized way.
Okay, Junaid, you want to explain what is database?
I said that Soumya is joining in 2 minutes.
Okay, okay,
And the
understood.
database is a point where we can store.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I gave an example about a diary. In your diary is nothing but your database, and every single diary will have multiple pages. Okay, so all these pages are nothing but your records. Okay, so every single page will have some data written. Hmm? So this data is nothing but you have fields and values. So I talked also about Excel sheet. So you can consider an Excel sheet just like you have a name here, age, city. Let me make it this little bit bigger. Hmm? You have age here, say Ganesh, Soumya, Gaurav. So 20, 21, 22. Hmm. Mumbai, Delhi, Pune. Okay, all this is nothing but a mock data right now, but this is a table. Hmm. And in this table you can see we have name, a city. These are nothing but your columns. If I even delete this and delete this, okay, if you see now a, b, c, these are the columns. Okay, and these 2, 3, 4, these are nothing but your rows, and every single row is nothing but your Salesforce record. Okay, or value. Now let me just log in into one of my Salesforce. I hope everyone created the Salesforce org. Gaurav, Bharat, did you guys create the Salesforce orgs?
Yeah, sir. I created.
Yes,
Okay,
we
you
yes,
guys
sir.
did not face any issue, right?
But
Yeah.
Okay, okay. And also, I want to ask, like, how many of you here are comfortable with Hindi also in between? I'll try to speak little bit Hindi as well. Okay, even though I'm bad at Hindi, but I'll try to speak Hindi. So Salesforce, when you create this org, okay. So specifically, guys, who did not understand my English, okay, specifically, you guys should ask me. I'll explain. Okay, in Hindi, Marathi, I can speak Hindi, Marathi, English, these three languages. Okay, so don't hesitate. Don't worry about any. Uh, don't mind even if it's a silly question. So this is my org right now. This is a website. If you see, this is a cloud app where I have opened this. Okay, I talked about sales service cloud as well. These are the things we'll deep dive again. Okay, in upcoming days. But now here, once you, so all of you are able to access this. Gaurav,
Yes, sir.
okay. Bharat, what about you? You also got the access, right? Okay, so now this is my org here. Okay, this org will have, there are two things again in Salesforce. We have something called user interface. Okay, so this user interface is called as lightning, and then there is another interface. Let me just duplicate this, and if I go here, there is option here, switch to Salesforce Classic. Okay, if I click here, you can see this is an old interface. It's like, comparison between government websites and the modern websites that you see. Okay, so this is kind of a government website that you probably are going to see. So, but this is a very fast. Okay, so if I explore this, okay, if I click on this account, it's gonna take some time to load. But if I go here, this is very fast. Okay, it's like it's gonna load very fast when there is heavy data. Hmm. So if I go here, okay, so every single this lightning has some different things. You have a modern responsive UI. This classic doesn't have your modern responsive UI. So again, this is a question for interview, that in Salesforce, what is the difference between lightning UI and classic UI? Okay, so the main difference is that lightning is pretty much for all the devices. You have mobile, you have laptop, you have tab, you have desktop, so you can actually have a very good responsive layout, whereas this classic here, it's not really responsive. Okay, another thing you can even say this, that lightning has uh, LWC component or Aura component that you can actually host. Okay, this is about development side. On classic, you cannot host that development LWC or Aura component. You can host a Visual Force page. So I'm going to talk about what is a Visual Force page, Aura, and all these things later. Okay, but that is again a difference. And pretty much you have some different things that are present in lightning but not present in your classic. For example, there is a flow. Okay, so you can actually use the flow builder in lightning most of the time. And there is workflow that is present in classic. Hmm, that you can also access through lightning now. Okay, so this is not really that significant, but I wanted you guys to understand and have a look. So now let's come to database layer. So Salesforce has a database, and you will have some size as well. Like I mentioned about some different Salesforce editions there. Hmm. Now, let's say you have a database. You don't have to connect this database or do any configuration. So talking about configuration, you are not going to configure this database with the servers and all these things. If you go traditional, okay, let's say you have a Java project, you have to configure all this database, all this UI, everything manually. Okay, you have to write a code for all of these things, what you are seeing here. But it's right now it's ready made. Okay, so Salesforce has, we can store all the data in Salesforce in terms of records. Okay, so the record, it's like you like I mentioned, there is a diary. You have a diary, right? Every single diary will have its page. Hmm? So every single page will have its data. So let's say I'm writing some song. Okay, on one page I'm writing one song, on second page I'm writing another song, third page. So all these pages I'm writing some data. That is nothing but your complete diary which has the data. So all of these records, okay, we are going to create, we are actually going to save all these records in something called object. Okay, now what is an object? Can anyone tell me what is an object in Salesforce, who has specifically studied? Hmm? Or what do you understand by the word object? Hmm? I already gave example. This diary is nothing but your object. Okay, and all the pages you have, these are your records. Hmm? So every object, you can have different types of diary again. Okay, you have, let's say I give you diary for writing song, I give you diary for writing daily your daily goals, your workout routine, whatever XYZ. You can have multiple diaries for multiple things. So that's like same. We can have multiple objects, okay, in Salesforce. So every single object will have different data. Now again, there are two types of objects. If I generalize this, there are standard objects and there are custom objects. Okay, so now Salesforce is a software as a service. Hmm? So since it is a software as a service, okay, you have ready-made objects. For example, if I go here, this is account, okay, and in this account, if you see this account, if I go into this details tab, there is this account name, phone number, fax, all these things. Let me open something that is already populated. So if I go into all here, let's open this Burlington Textiles. Okay, if I go here, you see there are different datas. Okay, if I go here, let's check it like that. Okay, yeah, pretty much this like this. Okay, so if you see, these are the different records here. Just like I mentioned, we have rows. Okay, we have all these rows, we have columns. So for example, this account name is one column, account site, billing state, phone number, type, own number, all these things are nothing but your columns. Hmm? So let's say I want to create a new record here. So again, I'll go here. Now I'll talk about if you open any, I'll do one thing, guys. This is my old org. Let me open any new one. Okay, I just created a new one. So let me log in into my Trailhead. So specifically, I created this one. Okay. So even before this, all these objects are, this is a database layer. Okay, another thing that you can have is something called app in Salesforce. Okay, now this app is nothing but you can actually host every single thing, all these objects and records you can actually store in this app, and you can give access. So I'm going to talk about that part as well in security layer. Okay, so this study org one is there. Let me open this. So here it's completely fresh. I did not do any configuration here. Okay, so right now whatever I'm teaching you guys, this is admin stuff. Okay, it's everything is related to the admin part. Hmm. So now this is a demo app that we have here. Okay, and if I go here all accounts, you will see the same thing again. Here you have different values for different fields. Okay, so now this is my account. Let me create a new record here. So what I'm doing right now, I'm creating a record for a standard object. So now there are standard objects in Salesforce. I'm gonna show you guys what are the standard objects and what are the custom objects. So let me just write here. Let's say I'm gonna write Airtel, for example. Let's give rating hot, give some phone number. Okay, some random value. Let's give some account number here. Okay, let's give airtel.com website, account site. Let's give Mumbai. Okay, ticker symbol, I have no idea this about this. And what is the account type? It's a prospect, customer, direct. All these things are nothing but a type of that, account here. So let me just say customer is this customer direct, ownership, let's say public, or let's say private. These are all the details. Okay, industry, communication. This is a ready made. I did not even write a code, or I did not configure anything here for all these fields. Okay, now let's type annual revenue, all these things. Okay, there is a billing address, all these details I can actually fill. And I can save this. So once I save this, okay, you see we have a page here that is created, okay, for Airtel. So this is a standard object. So every single field that you saw, that was out of the box field. That means ये पहले से ही था सब कुछ. Okay, everything right here what you saw, it was already there. You did not create anything. We did not, you know uh, develop anything here. Okay, so account here is a one standard object here. Okay, and every single account will have different fields. Now I want to, let's say I don't want few fields here, so I can actually remove these fields also. Let's say I want some new fields, I can add also. Okay, so every single object, okay, every single object will have field. Now again, there are two fields. There is standard field and there is custom field also. Okay, so all the fields that you saw here, okay, all the fields that are present here, these are all standard fields. Okay, so Salesforce has given us these fields. The Salesforce knows that pretty much these all these fields are used widely in every single project, in every single scenario. Okay, and wherever it is not used, we can actually remove these fields also. Okay, any doubt guys till now? Anyone understood what is account, what is a field, what is a record? Did you guys understand?
Yes, sir.
Soumya,
Yes, sir.
Gaurav, Bharat, Ganesh,
Yes, sir.
Divya, you guys understood, right? What is a
Sir.
record? So record is nothing
Yes.
but you have an object, okay, that is nothing but your diary. Okay, let's say here we have an account diary, okay, and I'm keeping all the data for my account diary in these records. Okay, I have these multiple records here. And if I open one particular record, now you see we have also created a here Airtel, so I can open this Airtel in a new tab, and you can see in the details I have all the data. I put this mobile number here, I put website, I put all the data, and that data is present here. Okay, so even for putting this data, I did not write a code, I just did it manually through user interface. Okay, so this is my one record. Now every single record, if you just check this URL here, okay, we have something called ID. This is called record ID. Okay, now I can actually copy this, and let me go into classic also. So let's see how we actually are going to see these details in the classic. Okay, if I go into this accounts here, we have Airtel, and if you see we have all these fields. So now this is pretty much the reason guys most of the people use classic, because in lightning it is you have to scroll, and you have it takes long time to load, but now you can see here you have all the data clear in clear sight. Okay, so I prefer most of the times to use the classic interface than lightning ones. Okay, so this is what my Airtel record looks like. Okay, now if you see here, there is another difference between the classic and lightning UI. In lightning you can see there is account here. In the URL you will see an object name, but whereas in classic you will not going to see the object name here. Okay, our object name here is account, our diary name or object name is nothing but account here. Okay, so guys I'm giving you some example, okay, also about, like, for example, diary I'm considering just to keep it easy. Hmm? So we have account object, which is a standard object. Okay, in lightning we can see this account here, and then we have a record ID. Now in classic we only have the record ID. So every single record, okay, that you are going to create will have a unique record ID. So this is a 15 digit or 18 digit record ID most of the time. Okay, so whenever you create a record, it is going to be it is going to be unique record ID. Whenever you update a record, it is going to be the same record ID, it is not going to change. So whenever I create my record, okay, record creation, you will have a record ID which will be unique. So if I create 100 records, okay, so I will have 100 record IDs. Okay, just like this. Now let me just see. I found characters online. Let's see. I believe this should be 15 digit ID, correct? So this is a 15 digit ID. Now when you write a code, you will get 18 digit ID. Okay, so this 15 digit ID is a case sensitive, and the 18 digit ID is not really case sensitive. This is what I basically know. Okay, we are gonna look into this 15 digit ID and 18 digit ID again. This is again interview question. Okay, that we are going to see later when we are going to do development. We are going to see these IDs. Okay, so this is about record ID. So every single record will have a unique ID here. Okay, Rest you can have multiple, so all these fields, okay, you see here we can have a duplicate data, so I can create the same account name again. I don't have to worry about that. Okay, so you can have multiple data. Hmm. Now if you see, we have this is account, case, contact, so every single record now here will have a different fields, every single object, sorry. So now you can see we have, let me open account here also. So in account we have account name, phone, fax, website, ticker symbol, all these things. You see here something like that? No, this is again a different layout also. If you see, we have different layout here, and here the layout is also different. There are no fields present here. Okay, and there are some required fields also. Okay, without this you cannot save. If I click on the save button, you will see we have an issue here. For review the following fields, case origin. So this case origin is required here. I need to use a value. Okay, other than that, if I click on save button, this will basically create a case. Okay, so if I click on this new button, now you can see we don't even have a case name here. Okay, you can see account name we have here, but we don't have a case name. So case name will be generated automatically. Okay, so this is nothing but a case number. If you see case number, we cannot enter any value. So there are some fields in Salesforce where you can input the data. In some fields you cannot put the data. These are auto generated. Okay, so again, if I go here, there are fields which are editable. Okay, you can insert any data, and fields which are non-editable. Okay, we're gonna see what are the fields which are editable and non-editable as well. Okay, so this is my case object, this is a contact, this is files. Again, you can upload all the files here. So you have leads as well. If I open lead here, okay, you see these are the different fields here. Okay, we have opportunities, we have products. Now I talked about sales cloud also, right? So you can see we have a different products, and different products have different values again. Okay, there is a product code that you can actually enter here. Now I also created something called hospital here just to test. Okay, so this is my custom object now. So how to identify which is a custom object and which is a standard object? So the very first thing, guys, pretty much you will this again they will ask you in interview question. This is an interview question, which is a standard, how to identify a standard object and how to identify a custom object. Okay, so if I go into the setup, so this is very important. So if you are an admin or a developer, you are going to play with this setup a lot. So you see this button here, okay, setup button. You have to click on this and you will see a setup option here. So you can right click and open new tab, this one. Okay, and same thing, if you are into classic, you will see this setup button here. Okay, sometimes you will see from here also, but majority of times nowadays you will see in setup here. Okay, so if I click on the setup, it will open me a complete setup. So here I can configure all the data I want. Okay, now if I open object manager in my classic, we have objects only. Okay, you see objects here. So we have this object manager, and then we have here objects. Okay, which where you will see all the custom objects. You will not see any standard object, but in this object manager for a lightning experience, okay, you will see standard object also. If you see here, account, standard object, asset, standard object. So every single thing that you are seeing here, these are all standard object except this hospital. So this hospital is a custom object. Okay, so you can see, so this is the first thing you can identify from your object manager. So this object manager will be present in lightning. Okay, now let's say you are into classic, you want to switch to lightning, so you can just click on the switch to lightning experience. And if you're in lightning, you can switch to this classic experience. So we are going to see most of the things into in lightning first, and then I will go into classic. Okay, so in this object manager, you can see we have account, all these things. Okay, and these are the types. So very first thing you can actually identify from this type also. Other than that, if you see this API name, okay, remember guys, this API name and this label is different. Okay, so there is no space between this API name, but if you see, for example, authorization form, there is a space in this label, but there is a space in the API name. This API name we are going to use in our formulas. We have development again. Okay, we are going to use a lot of coding, we are going to use this API names into our coding part. Okay, but still this API name is very very important. This is to reference or to create a logic in a code. Okay, so we have, let me open this account for example right now. Okay, so if I open this account here, you can see the API name is account here, and we have a singular label. So this label is this label is going to be visible here. Okay, now you see accounts here, so that accounts is nothing but plural. So every single time whatever the tab you are going to see, okay, every single tab will have multiple record. This is the reason this accounts is showing, not the account, not the singular one, because you have multiple record. That is the reason it is showing the plural ones. Okay, so now all the fields we saw, right, we saw some standard fields, so all these fields are going to be present here. Okay, and I'll talk about the page layout and all these things later, but for now this is the object manager from which you can actually identify, okay bro, this is standard object and this is custom object. So now how to create a there is something called schema also. Okay, let's go into schema first also, so I'll show you guys. Let me open. So here you will have a basic idea how things work. Okay, so these are all the objects. Let me just clear all and let me just take the account for now. So you can see this is my account here. Okay, and account has all these fields. Okay, name and account number, all these things are here. And actually guys, I should show this when I will explain about relationships. Okay, I think right now I should not be explaining you guys this. Let's talk about this when we have the relationships. Okay, but for now, in this object manager you can identify which is a standard object, which is a custom object. Another way to identify is, you see, all these standard objects don't have underscore c. Okay, but if you see this custom object, okay, here you will find underscore c. So this is the main characterization, main difference between standard and between custom object. So standard and custom object के बीच में जो difference है, okay, that difference you can identify through underscore c. So we have standard object and we have custom object. So account for example will be standard object, and let's say if I use hospital, so I will never have a custom object without underscore c. Okay, so if I mention here, this is how it will be. Okay, so this is your API name. Okay, and of course you can see here this type here will be custom in this list. Any doubt guys till now? You will have a suffix here, so every single time if I make a custom object, okay, that will be denoted by underscore c. If I make, let's say, doctor, that will be my, because doctor is not provided by my Salesforce app here. Okay, so I will use underscore c. Guys, you understood custom object and standard
Yes,
object?
sir.
Very basic I'm talking right now. Okay, I'll again show you guys how to create this,
Yes.
all these things. Okay, Bharat, you understood? Ganesh, Bharat, Divya, Junaid, you guys understood, right, the difference between
Yeah.
standard
Yes.
object and custom object? Okay, so
Rohit,
it is
can we delete the standard field?
no, you cannot delete the standard fields. So if I go here, you
But
will
we
see
can delete the custom field, right?
you can definitely delete the custom fields. If you see, this is a custom field. So same thing guys, again I forgot to mention, we have different fields as well. Okay, so I was going to explain this when we create the object, but if you see here, every object will have fields here. Okay, and all these fields, again if you see, there is no underscore c here. Okay, double underscore c you will not find in most of the fields, and whichever the fields you will find a double underscore c, that will be your custom field. So here I don't even have any, anything to delete this. There is no drop down here. So here you can find this delete button here, because this is a custom field. Okay, So whatever is custom in Salesforce, that will be denoted by _C. Okay, this is going to be your custom. Now again, there are _E, R, all these things that I'll explain later. Okay, these are some advanced part. So right now, guys, there is again one more thing. If I click on this app launcher, you can see this is my app launcher, and we have different apps here. Okay, we have these are the apps, and every single app will have different items or tabs. Okay, so all these items are nothing but your objects. Okay, so let's say if I open this cases, accounts, all these things are present here, and these are, so you can also access, let's say I want to access my account here, so I can type account here and I will be able to access. If I type hospital, okay, I can access my hospital here. Okay, so this is how it will work. Now you can also create these apps also. So let's first create an app, and then we are going to create some custom objects, and then we are going to basically create custom fields as well. So this is what we are going to see today. Okay, it's very easy, guys, not a big deal. Okay, and every single thing that you can do here, you don't have to use any code. It will be just drag and drop or point and click functionality. Okay, so the very first thing which I mentioned, so if you are a developer or admin, you are going to use this setup a lot. So let's go inside this setup. Okay, and here type apps. So guys, one more thing I'll recommend. Okay, if you see these are the platform tools, then there is something called administration as well. Okay, so most of the part, now let's say you have a requirement. Okay, now let's create an app which will be a part of, let's say, a car dealership. Uh, okay, we are going to create an app for car dealership. Let's say you have a Honda dealership. Hmm. So you will have all the cars related to Honda, every single thing. Okay, we are going to do is, so let's say you have a requirement from a client where you have to create a project for your car dealership. So your main concept of your project is that you will be having a lot of dealers. First of all, okay, all these dealers will be having a lot of cars. Okay, and all these dealers also will have customers. These dealers will also have something called leads. I explained what is a lead yesterday, guys. Okay, okay, so apart from this, they will also have servicing. Okay, so servicing, let's say I will say servicing appointments. Hmm? So these are your requirements. So what is my requirement? That I have to create an app for my dealer. Let's say there is a guy who is selling specific Honda cars. Okay, you must have seen lots of car showrooms out there. So I want to create this app for a showroom. Okay, which is nothing but my dealer. Okay, and so every I have to create these dealers, let's say all over across India right now, for example. Okay, specifically for Honda showrooms only. Hmm? All these dealers are going to sell Honda cars all over the India. So I want to make sure how many dealers I have from, let's say, Maharashtra, from Telangana, or Bihar, Patna, whatever, all these not Patna, all these states. Okay, so all these states, whatever the states I have, I want to also figure out how many dealers I have. Okay, so that option I want to give, because Honda, let's say Honda India wants to also know that how many dealers it has all over state. Again, later I can narrow it down to city also. Hmm? And also how many cars these dealers are selling every month, every week. We can actually track every single thing. Okay, again, how many customers these dealers have. You can also have one customer can have multiple cars also, right? Like people usually buy one two three who have a lot of money, right? They buy cars as well, multiple cars. Okay, now all these cars, they eventually will have to go under servicing also. Okay, so every single car will have a periodic, I think you get some free servicing, first one to first four free servicing you get. Okay, so that data also we want to capture here. So every single car will have a different servicing period also. You guys getting what I'm speaking right now? What kind of logic I'm trying to build? This is a requirement that I'm talking right now.
Yes.
Okay. Gaurav, did you understand? Gaurav, Bharat.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So let's say अपने पास एक डीलर है. Okay, we have a dealer and this dealer is going to sell cars. ये डीलर कार बेच रहा है भाई, सिंपल. ठीक है, इसको कार बेचने का है. ये कार बेचने के लिए इसको कस्टमर मिलेगा. सी दिस डीलर विल हैव अ कस्टमर हु इज गोइंग टू परचेज दिस कार. अब ये कस्टमर कार खरीदने के बाद इसको सर्विसिंग भी करना पड़ेगा आगे जाके, कुछ महीने के बाद, कुछ सालों के बाद, और कुछ किलोमीटर्स रन करने के बाद. ओके. सो ये सब डेटा जो है, ये डेटा मैनेज करना पड़ेगा एक जगह पे. वी आर विल हैव टू मैनेज ऑल दिस डेटा इन वन प्लेस. दैट इज व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू यूज सेल्सफोर्स फॉर. ओके. नाउ ये जो डेटा है पूरा, कि भाई मेरे पास अभी लेट्स से महाराष्ट्र में आई हैव 100 डीलर्स, लेट्स से इन गोवा और तेलंगाना. Okay, I have, like, let's say in Goa I have only 50, for example. Here I have 200. So I should get to know how many dealers I have, how many cars they have sold, how many customers they have. So ये सब data, so all this data we can have in something called report also. So I'm going to talk about what is a report also. So you get everything ready made. You don't have to create any code or anything for this. Okay. So we are going to go into so we will deep dive into reports as well. But first I wanted to show you guys what kind of project we are going to build. Okay. So I want you guys to build this project along with me. So this will be our homework for tomorrow. Okay. But today let's check how we actually can create that app. So I should go into the setup first. Okay, you have to go into setup, and once you go into setup you have to type app. Okay, now there is this app manager here. Hmm. Now once I click on this app manager, I will be seeing these multiple apps. So all these things you see, we have we have sales, we have service as well. Okay, so if I click on this, sales, service, marketing, community, chatter, content, all these apps are literally present here. Now again, you see there are some app types also. So we have classic apps, we have lightning apps also. So whatever the app that you create, okay, that you create in classic, you create in lightning, that will be available there only. Okay. Okay, so these are the apps which are present only for lightning experience only, and these are the apps which are present only for your classic. Okay, and these are some connected apps. So I'm going to talk about connected app in later part. These are mostly for APIs and all these things. We're going to see these connected apps later as well. But right now I just want to create a new lightning app. So I'm just going to click on this new lightning app right now. Okay, once I click here, I will name it, let's say, dealership app, or I'll just name it, for example, dealership for now. Okay, and let's make it Honda dealership. Hmm. So you can see now this developer name, I also need to mention this. So if I type this name here, this Honda dealership, Honda underscore dealership will come automatically. So this name is nothing but wherever you see API name or developer name, that data or that value we are going to use in our code. Okay, so again I will explain this during the dev. So guys, most of the things that you are doing on admin side, okay, you can use all of these things into your development side also. Okay, so all these things you can actually use in your development when you have to build something custom. Okay, that we'll see later. Okay, app for Honda dealers. Okay. So guys, what I will do is I will you guys should refer my recording. Okay, this recording, I believe most of you know how to create this, but whoever doesn't know, who is new to Salesforce, I want you guys to refer my recording. Okay, whenever you are going to create your apps. So now I also can upload my logo here. Okay, so right, let's get Honda logo. We have let's put this logo here. Okay, this is a square logo. Let me just save this. So we put this into downloads for now. Okay, or and let me upload this. So this Honda logo I'm uploading here. Once I upload this, you can see this logo is present here, and use this app's image and color instead of all. So I can even set all the themes here. Okay, so you can see it. Let's say I want to have a red themes. I can hit. I can click the red theme, but let's go with the violet right now. Okay, and I should click on the next button. Now you see there is a navigation style. There is a standard navigation, and then there is a console navigation. So I'm going to talk about what is this console navigation first. Now you see this is nothing but a standard navigation, and if I go into console, there is a sales console. Okay. Now if you see here, you can see all the data for accounts is in this one single column. If I click here, okay, I can access all this data, all the records with just one click, and you will see all these tabs here. Okay, these tabs are nothing but my records. So this is very important when you have to refer a lot of data, a lot of records. Here if I open this account here, okay, you will not find this left column here. Okay, this is my normal style, normal standard navigation. Okay, but this is a console navigation. So in console, let's say I want to access now contact, so I'll click here and I'll basically open contact. So now here this is a sales console. Let's open leads here, or we have contact as well. Okay, so now here if I click on this all contact here, okay, I can open all this contact here. Okay, these are nothing but my contacts. Okay, you'll find this in tabular format. So let's say I want to go back to my account here. I can go back to my account. I can go back to my contact here. So this is the basic difference between your standard and console. Again, this is the interview question. Standard navigation, and then you have a console navigation. Okay, so the difference is in console it is built for referring or accessing multiple records at the same time. Okay, you have access, and then again there is a column on the left side in console, and through which you can access multiple records. Okay, you also have a drop down for all the tabs which are present here. Okay, for example, I want to access account, but in standard you have all the tabs which are present here in the navigation menu, and you can access one record at the same at just one record in a particular window. Understood, guys? Between standard and console, any doubt? You don't have to be embarrassed. If you have doubt, just simply ask me, even if it's a silly one.
Sir, can you please explain again in
Okay, I'll talk
Hindi,
again.
sir?
Okay, so you have, आपके पास ना दो navigation है यहाँ पे. What is the navigation? Navigation is this top here. Okay, नेविगेशन मेन्यू बार रहता है, राइट? अगर आप कोई भी वेबसाइट ओपन करते हो, लेट्स से अमेजोन ओपन करता हूँ मैं अभी. अमेजोन में आपके पास ना ये ऊपर वाला जो ये है. So guys, whoever is understanding Hindi, I'm gonna speak Hindi. Okay, whoever understands English, I'm gonna speak English. Okay, for you guys. So if you don't understand in English, you can ask me in Hindi. If you don't understand Hindi, you can ask me in English also. Okay, so ये जो है नेविगेशन मेन्यू है, राइट? यहाँ पे you have this sale, Amazon Pay, gift card, ये सब टैब्स है, करेक्ट? अगेन आपके पास ना ये एक बार आता है यहाँ पे, ये भी मेन्यू ही है, करेक्ट? सो आप इससे एक्सेस कर पा रहे हो. लेट्स से आई वांट टू एक्सेस टुडेज डील्स, सो आई एम एक्सेसिंग टुडेज डील्स हियर. ओके, कस्टमर सर्विस चाहिए मेरे को, मैं कस्टमर सर्विस ऐप एक्सेस करूंगा. ओके, Amazon पे, गिफ्ट कार्ड, गिफ्ट आइडियाज, ये सब यहाँ पे इन्होंने दिए हैं, करेक्ट? सो ये होगा मेरा नेविगेशन. अभी आपको एक्सेस करना है बहुत सारे रिकॉर्ड्स यहाँ पे. लेट्स से कि आप ना एक कस्टमर एग्जीक्यूटिव हो. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू हैव ट्राइड लाइक कॉलिंग द सपोर्ट एग्जीक्यूटिव्स? आई बिलीव मोस्ट ऑफ यू हैव ट्राइड, राइट? सो कभी कॉल किया है लाइक कस्टमर केयर को कि भाई मेरा नेट नहीं चल रहा, मेरा रिचार्ज खत्म हो गया, वॉट एवर एक्स वाई जेड थिंग्स, फॉर एन नंबर ऑफ रीजंस,
Yes, sir.
राइट? सो वो पहले क्या बोलते हैं कि वो बोलते हैं कि यार आपका ना मुझे मोबाइल नंबर बताइए, या फिर आप ये नंबर से कॉल कर रहे हो तो यही आपका नंबर है क्या? तो वो क्या करते हैं ना कि उनका ना एट द सेम टाइम मतलब एक घंटे में उनको मिनिमम यार 10 15 20 कॉल तो आते होंगे, करेक्ट? तो उनको ना बहुत
Yes.
सारे डेटा निकालना पड़ता है, उनको रेफर करना पड़ता है कि आपका भाई डेटा क्या है, आप कहाँ से हो, आपका आपके डिटेल्स क्या है, ठीक है? तो अभी फॉर एग्जांपल ये भाई ये डिकिंसन पीएलसी ने ना कॉल किया कि भाई मेरा ना कुछ लफड़ा हो गया, प्रॉब्लम हो गया, मेरे को फिक्स कर दो यार तुम, ठीक है? कुछ तो भी चल रहा है। तो पहली बात तो मेरे को देखना पड़ेगा कि भाई इसका डिकिंसन का क्या सीन है इसका, ठीक है? तो मैं क्या करूँगा, इधर इसका अभी देयर इज नो दिस इज अ कॉन्टैक्ट, हाँ दिस इज अ कॉन्टैक्ट, सो इसका ना अकाउंट भी रहेगा एक, ठीक है? ये अकाउंट है। अकाउंट पे गया तो सबसे पहले मैं उनको पूछूंगा कि भाई तुम्हारा अकाउंट नंबर बताओ मेरे को। तो मैं अकाउंट नंबर आई विल कॉपी दिस, आई सर्च दिस, सो नाउ यू कैन आल्सो सर्च, ओके? सो अगर मैं सर्च करता हूँ तो यहाँ पे मेरे को अकाउंट मिलता है, भाई इसका अकाउंट है, इसका कॉन्टैक्ट भी है, ठीक है? और इसका भाई कुछ केस भी है, तो भाई केस भी अपन देख लेंगे। इसने केस किया भाई कि मेरा एसी चल नहीं रहा, तो मेरे को देखना पड़ेगा कि भाई डिकिंसन नाम का ये है कंपनी है, इनको हमने एसी प्रोवाइड किया, 100 एसी प्रोवाइड किया, 100 में से ना 20 एसी काम ही नहीं कर रहे, ओके, खराब हो गए एसी। तो मैं उनको पूछूंगा कि भाई आपका मुझे ना आप अकाउंट नंबर वगैरह दो, सब चीज़ें दो। तो मैं आई विल चेक दिस अकाउंट नंबर। इसके बाद मैं यहाँ पे चेक करूंगा कि भाई मेरे कुछ केसेस है क्या, तो यहाँ पे केस भी बन सकते हैं, ओके? लेट्स से आई विल जस्ट मेक दिस राइट नाउ, ओके? लेट्स से escalated and phone type, mechanical case reasons, let's say breakdown, subject a 20 AC not working, AC in second floor are not working, please send tech. Initial internal comment, uh, need to check with AC mechanics, okay? So I have just created this record now, okay? एंड तो अभी क्या होगा यहाँ पे कि इसको ना ये सब डेटा एक साथ एक ही विंडो पे सब डेटा देखना है इसको, ठीक है? अभी यहाँ पे ओपन करता है, इसका केस ओपन होगा, केस में क्या लिखा है कि भाई ये ना एसी अब इसका काम नहीं कर रहा, तो एक ही जगह पे ना इसको सब दिखना चाहिए। अभी ये तो एक होगा इशू इसका डिकिंसन का। एडना फ्रैंक ये भी बंदा है, ठीक है? इसका भी देखना पड़ेगा कि भाई इसका क्या प्रॉब्लम है। इसका देखो यहाँ पे जनरेटर असेंबली इंस्ट्रक्शन मेंटेनेंस गाइडलाइंस, तो ये दीज आर ऑल रैंडम डेटा, ओके? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ये रियल सिचुएशन नहीं है, ओके? दिस इज जस्ट अ डेमो ऑर्ग, ओके? सो भाई ये मिस एडना का देखना पड़ेगा, इसका क्या है, इसका फोन नंबर क्या है, तो इसको कॉल करना पड़ेगा फिर से कि भाई हम ना टेक्नीशियन भेज रहे हैं आपके पास, आपका एड्रेस क्या है, कंफर्म करो यार। तो ये सब डेटा इसको देखना पड़ेगा, राइट? तो ये डेटा देखने के लिए अगर यहाँ पे मैं अगर कंसोल ओपन करता हूँ तो मैं कंसोल में ना इजीली एक्सेस कर पाऊंगा। ये किसके लिए फायदे का है? जिनको बहुत ज्यादा डेटा देखना पड़ता है। अभी कौन डेटा देखता है इतना? जो सेल्स रिप्रेजेंटेटिव रहते हैं या फिर कस्टमर रिप्रेजेंटेटिव रहते हैं। अंडरस्टूड टिल नाउ गौरव?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ओके,
Yeah.
नाउ
Okay.
अभी स्टैंडर्ड आते हैं, ठीक है? स्टैंडर्ड में इफ यू सी, अगर मैं अकाउंट ओपन करता यहाँ पे, ठीक है, ये डिकिंसन का ओपन करता हूँ, तो मुझे यहाँ पे एक ही पेज दिख रहा है यहाँ पे। दूसरा मेरे को जाने के लिए ना एक तो सर्च करना पड़ेगा यहाँ पे, नहीं तो मेरे को फिर से अकाउंट में जाओ, यहाँ पे फिर से यहाँ पे ओपन करो, राइट? बट यहाँ पे क्या है, मेरे पास लिस्ट है सीधा, ओके? ये कॉन्टैक्ट्स है, इफ आई गो हियर अकाउंट्स, these are all the accounts, so I can just open these multiple accounts with a single click. I don't have to go back there and then open this record again, okay?
Okay.
Understood? So this is the
Yes, sir.
difference between the console and the standard. So this is a standard one, okay, and this is a console one. So we are going to use standard navigation a lot, okay? In most of the projects use standard navigation. In some project where we have to keep, for example, I believe most of you people have bought a new SIM also, right? SIM card. Hmm? So all this SIM card we buy, and at the same time, let's say you have a line of 50 people. So there you will need probably this console here, because you have to check also. Hmm? So it depends on scenario wise. Okay, you have sales console, you have different consoles again. Okay, so right now we are going to proceed with the standard navigation. Okay, now support form factors, it should support only desktop, only phone, or desktop and phone. Okay, now what is the support form factor? That whenever we are going to create this app, it should be visible in desktop or phone. Okay, now this setup experience, let's keep it setup full experience, because we are going to modify a lot of content here. Okay, now disable end personalization navigation. So you see this navigation here, there is a pencil button. Okay, so you can actually disable this also for a user through this. Hmm? So usually we don't have to worry about this disable options. Any doubt guys till now? I did not I explained this sales console apps also, you want me to explain again in English? Sales console app, anyone? Guys, hello, I hope I'm
It's
audible.
clear.
No, Rohit.
It's clear.
No,
Yeah, at
Rohit.
least yes or no. Yeah. Okay. So if you don't understand, okay, tell me again. I'll explain this again and again and again until you understand it. Okay, in a very simple terms. So we are going with our standard navigation now. Okay. Let's click on next button. Now you see there is something called utility also. So if I see here, there is no utility right now. Okay, but we'll see utilities also. If you see, history is present here. Okay, so this is a history, this is utility again, that let's say I forgot which account I opened in like 2 hours ago. So I can actually see what are the records I have opened here. This is nothing but utility item. Okay, but this is not present in standard navigation because I did not include it. Okay, now if you see here, this is I can add a utility item here. I can add a flow, lots of things I can add here. To do list also I can add. So let's add a to do list here. Okay. Hmm. And let's also add a notes also. Hmm. We are going to add these two things that will be present here. Again, you can actually you cannot modify this, I believe. Okay, yeah, you can modify this. These are the standard features, the standard utilities. Now let's click on the next button. Now here again guys, we have a navigation item. So ये जो आपको navigation दिख रहा है यहाँ पे, right, this is navigation. ये आप configure कर सकते हो कि आपको कौन से यहाँ पे navigation items चाहिए. So what navigation items you want, you can configure. So let's say I want account right now, so I'm gonna put account here. Okay, let's say I want let's say I will not add at the moment at anything. Let's add a contact also. Okay, let me find contacts. Hmm. Let's add a product also, because we are going to have cars also. Okay, or maybe I think we should create a new object for that. Okay, cars will create. Or let's add product for now, because we'll have multiple other things also that we are going to use. Okay, now apart from this, let's add cases. Hmm? So these are all standard objects. Okay, standard objects or standard utilities. Hmm? So I have added account, contact, product and cases. Okay, मैंने अभी ऐड किया यहाँ पे जो भी स्टैंडर्ड ऑब्जेक्ट्स थे मैंने ऐड किए. ठीक है. Now if you want to change the sequence here, I can change the sequence also. Let's say I want products here, I can have products here also as well. So contacts, accounts, contacts and cases, these are the three things we definitely need. We also need products, but we are going to create a object again. So I'll click on this next button here. Now again, Salesforce has something called security layer, which I'm going to talk later. Okay, but right now let me add my system administrator user here. Okay, this is what I'm right now. So let me finish this. I'm going to talk about these profiles and everything later guys. Okay, right now I just wanted to do this. So now we have created our Honda dealership app. Okay, so if I refresh this and if I search this, okay, if I go on view all here, you will see this Honda dealership is present here. Okay, let's say I want this present on the top here, I can actually move this also with this button here. Or let's say I want to type also, I can just type Honda dealership here. Okay, let's say I type dealership, it will present here. If I click on this, okay, you will see we had chosen this 4 tabs only. अपन ने 4 ये tabs यहाँ पे 4 objects अपन ने select किए थे. So account, contacts, cases, products we are seeing here. Understood guys till now how to create an app?
Yes, Rohit.
Okay,
Yes.
very
Yes.
simple. Okay, so Now
Yes.
what we'll do is we'll create a custom object. Okay, because what we have to do, we have to have dealers, we need cars, we need customers. So customers is nothing but we can have account. Okay, and then we'll have leads also. We have leads and uh, customers, these are the standard field. Then servicing, we will have custom object. Okay, so if I have to create a model again, guys, this is a design process. Okay, so let's say you have customer, you have cars, you have service appointment. Okay, or let's say servicing appointments. And what else we can think, here? Let's say you have staff also. I can have my staff because every dealer will have their staff also. Okay, so these are the four things that will create right now. Hmm? So I already have my accounts here. I have contacts, I have cases, I have products. So cases, probably let's say there is a complaint for any product or any car, we can actually identify it here. So to create this custom object, I have to again go to uh, object manager. Okay, once I go to object manager, you can see there is something called create here. You can use this spreadsheet. Okay, we are going to see spreadsheet later, but right now let's create our first custom object, that is going to be dealer. Okay, so here once I click on the create object, okay, what I'm doing here, I'm going first object manager. Okay, object manager here, I'm going to this object manager and I'm clicking on this create button. Okay, and I'm clicking this custom create custom object. So you can never create a standard object. Okay, standard object is nothing but out of the box, whatever Salesforce has provided you. It's like you're buying something and that is ready made. Okay, so this is ready made here. Now I'm going into this custom object here. Once I click on this custom object button, something like this will appear. Okay, so here let's type our label will be dealer. Now plurals will be dealers, because if you remember all these things, okay, here we will have plurals only. Also guys, we created a to-do list also. This is to-do list here. Then you have I think we don't have the another one, notes, that is not present here. I'll see why it is not present. But you have this to-do list and everything here. Okay, this is utility. Nobody uses this utility, frankly speaking. Okay, so don't worry about that also. So we are in this custom object. I'm giving this label, I'm giving plural name also, dealers. Okay, if it start with vowel sound, we can even have that also. Now I can type here all the details of pan India dealers. Hmm? Now here you have something called record name. There are two types here. Record name will have a text and will have auto number. So I'm going to talk about this auto number later, but right now every single dealer will have a dealer name, right? There are different people who are they usually put their let's say if I type Honda dealers in Mumbai. Okay, if I open this, okay, you can see Kanchan Honda showroom, Aryan Honda, Solitaire Honda, Viva Honda. So all these are nothing but your dealers for Honda right now in Mumbai. Hmm? So Arya Honda, Viva, just like we saw on our Google map. So I want to specify that in my record I should have a dealer name. Okay, and I'm gonna keep it the text. That means this dealer name will have a value that I can input. मतलब ये जो डीलर नेम रहेगा यहाँ पे, okay, this is going to be a custom so this is going to be a sorry, this is going to be a standard field, by the way. It is not going to be a custom field. So I'm going to show you guys also. This is a custom map, but this custom map will also have some standard fields. So ये जो custom app है, इसके अंदर भी standard fields रहने वाली है, कुछ standard fields. So जो name है यहाँ पे, name of the record or object name, this is a standard field. Okay, now again, allow reports, allow activities, track field history, allow in chatter groups, all these things, these are optional features. So allow in reports, very very important, because we are going to create some reports also later. Okay, now the deployment status, let's keep it deployed. Allow search, again very very important. Let's say if I create a record with some okay Gaurav, you can leave here. Okay. So guys, if it's late for you, you can definitely leave. Okay, it's completely fine. So here we are going to create our object. Okay, and add nodes, launch a new custom tab, very very important. Again guys, if you want to have a custom tab here, okay, you have to select this launch a new custom tab wizard also. Okay, and whenever I want to search this in this global search, I should definitely have this allow search option. Okay, here. So let's click on the save button. So my custom object is now created. Okay, I just need to create a tab for it. You can create a tab also later, but let me create a tab right now. Again, this is a security, we are going to check the security layer later. Again, this is a app. Okay, so we created our Honda dealership app. I want to add this dealership only into this Honda dealership. Okay, this dealership object, I should be including only my Honda dealership app. Okay, so now I'm gonna click on the save button. So now if I come back here in my dealership app, if I refresh this, okay, I should have this dealers object. Okay, this is automatically present here. Now if I click on this new button, I will only have a dealer name. So let's say I add here, we have let's say Kanchan Honda. Okay, so I can add Kanchan Honda name and I can save this. So once I save this, okay, you can see we have a record created of this dealer object with a name Kanchan. So if I come back here, if I go here, if I list in all, you can see Kanchan Honda is present. So this is how we create a custom object. Okay, and we create a record. So guys, understood here how to
Yes,
create a
sir.
Yes, Rohit.
custom object, how to create an app. Okay, we are going to see, let's see the custom fields tomorrow. Okay, it's already late. Okay, pretty late. I wanted to keep this till 10:15. Okay, since we join at 9:15. Guys, is it possible for all of you to do this in morning? Because what happens now, in the evening, I pretty much lose all my energy by working whole day and a few other things. So is it possible for you guys to connect at 7 to 8 in the morning?
Yes, yes, right.
Or 8 to 9 maybe, if you have office from 9 o'clock. But yeah, if you're going to office, it's going to be tough for you guys. So let's see, from next week we'll start morning batch. Okay,
Yes.
if it is not feasible for you guys, then we can do in the evening also. Okay, not a big deal. But right now, frankly speaking, I'm literally tired and I want to have a dinner. But this is the reason I'll take the custom fields and all these things tomorrow. Okay, so today we saw how to create an app. Okay, and how to create a custom object, also standard and console navigation as well. Okay, these are the details we saw. So we have to create an app. So guys, I want you guys to create an app called a Honda dealership. You can actually choose any other company here. You can go with the Mercedes or whatever the favorite brand you have. Okay, and you create a dealership app and you create a dealer object. Okay, so this is your
Okay, right.
assignment
Yes.
for tomorrow. Okay, any doubts guys till now? Anything you want to ask me? Any questions?
Hello, Rohit.
Yes, Divya. Yeah, go ahead.
As I have joined today, I want to know that is it free of cost or a paid session?
Well, for all